Hola!
Olay!
So,
I'm just joking about this.
yeah, and I
Oh
have
boy.
to be good.
Yeah.
Anyways, so,
Hi!
Yes.
We haven't seen everybody in a long time.
like, subscribe, ring the bell. Yes! I'm on a roll.
What she meant to say is, we usually film for like a 20 or 30 minute vlog, and then at the end, we say like, subscribe and whatever.
And nobody ever watches
But
it.
nobody ever watches the whole thing. So we were like, we need to say that in the beginning. So right now, pause this video and click subscribe. Okay? And then
Thank
come
you.
back and
Please and
finish.
thank you.
Because we're going to talk about what we've been doing for the last month. And
Yeah, I know.
maybe some
We
vacations and stuff.
have missed you, and we haven't done this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where the camera. I didn't have to ask you. Patting myself on the back.
You almost did though.
I did. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is what I do not look forward
These
to.
shots are getting littler and littler. Oh. Because we might have already filmed too.
Yeah. So P.S. Before we film every vlog, I put on perfume.
McMahon, they can't.
I know. I don't know why.
She did it like, 30 minutes
Yeah,
ago
I
when
did
we
it
filmed.
in between.
And then she just did it again after she changed. I'm like, they can't smell you.
I don't.
I was like, and I can't smell you either. You don't stink. So.
No, I showered this morning. This is my shower day.
Me too. I showered today too.
Now, I
Hey,
might
look at
smell
us.
3 days from now, but fresh today. No, I will wash my body off. I'm just not going to wash my hair.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So Rachel is literally wearing a blanket. I mean, she has clothes on underneath.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks like a shawl. So I am wearing this woven sweatshirt, and I'm going to be honest here. I wanted one of these for years. Yes, it's perfect. So it's huge.
Long
okay?
story
it's
short,
really big.
Since we've seen you, they went on vacation to Colorado and
Yes.
she purchased these items for
Yes.
Colorado. So we're talking about vacations,
So,
tips and tricks of traveling with children, whether you're flying or driving, whatnot, how your vacation went. I'm jealous that you went on vacation and I didn't.
when we went to Cancun, I got the poncho, right? I'm just gonna keep growing on this. Like someday you're gonna see me and I'm just gonna be in all woven gear. Pants, hat.
Do they have pants? Do they make pants?
I feel like I could like hit somebody up for woven pants.
Yeah. Have one commissioned for you.
Yes.
Pair.
Yes, we were talking about basket weaving. So we were
Maybe
out.
you can make your own.
I've always wanted a loom. There's my reason.
I need some woven pants, so I'm gonna try a loom.
No, I remember I wove a rug. I wove a rug one time out of t-shirts. I told Rachel that, and Rachel's like, you what? And I'm like, no, for really, I did. This is
it.
Yeah. It didn't lay right, but it was good weaving.
It was sitting over here for a long time. We did something.
So yeah, this is kind of our squirrels episode if you haven't noticed.
We're just catching up. because
Yeah,
we
catching up over
seen
some bubble gum.
You all.
For a long time. So
what's new in my life? I mean, I know you had vacations.
your girls are back in school. Praise Jesus.
Woo! 2 days a week, both of them.
I was a little salty because her girls started school way before my kids got
So they
started school.
started on August 18th, and your kids just started what, September 8th? Yeah.
A week ago tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started school. Oh, and then we had my
Wedding.
brother-in-law's wedding, and both the girls were flower girls. And that same week, all 3 of us girls, me and my 2 daughters, got the stomach flu and were throwing up. Peyton got it before the wedding. Parker got it like the night before the rehearsal. I was like, oh God, oh God. And then I got it right after the wedding. So luckily for wedding day.
And then she gave it to me.
Sorry.
Sister, wife, share
But
a lot more than
you never
half.
threw up, right? Really?
Just shut my brains out.
I mean, I wasn't going to go that far. But
Oh, no. I'm going to be honest.
the girls didn't have that part. I threw up once a lot and then shut my brains out for 12 hours. So,
It was like an enema.
And then I got the vertigo from...
Well, no. She's had vertigo since... Our girls were still in summer preschool.
They were? Oh yeah. But it went away for a while. For probably a month, it went away.
You told me it never fully went away.
Yeah, like it didn't, because when I would like do a certain, like when I would bend over
So it didn't
and turn
ever
my
go
head
away.
to brush the girl's teeth and stuff, I would feel it.
So that means
But it was a lot better.
That means that it never went away.
Okay, but so it was bad, got a lot better and manageable, and now it's like bad again. Now it's like I need to hold my head
Well, she blew
straight.
dry her hair before she came.
Yeah.
And that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Not because your hair doesn't look lovely, but
Flipping my head upside down and doing all that.
so
That's what's been happening with me.
Something about the
I've been
light
spinning.
looks like you dyed your roots purple.
I just have really bad roots. I need to go see Leslie soon. And it looks like I have gray hair because I did the dry shampoo.
I feel like you got it done not that long ago.
Oh, it's been a while.
Has it?
Mm-hmm.
I got mine done 2 weeks ago.
No, mine's...
So I've discovered I used to go every 3 months.
Me too. I go a lot more often now.
Now I'm like, Sam, schedule me 7 weeks from today. Do you get older and
Lori
like
goes every 5 weeks.
I swear it's more often than that.
5.
Lori's our
Friend.
other like BFF to make the triangle, but she has like My Little Pony hair. It's really cool.
You saw our latest, right?
I think it's really
I
pretty.
like that.
Pretty. It's like lilac.
It's like lighter and almost like platinum-y, not like
It's pretty.
not gray.
Lavender.
But yeah. And yeah.
So I love my hair lady. Love her. However, I don't like to have to sit for that long. I get bored. Anyways, that's besides the point.
So what have you been doing since,
So,
you know, we haven't filmed in the last, month or
well, we've been busy. We went to Estes Park, Colorado. I grew up going to Colorado. We went to a family church camp every year, and then I have my mom's sister, my aunt, lives in the Springs.
You guys didn't see them, right?
No, but I had never been to Estes. We had always gone to central, I think it's called the Sangre de Cristo Mountain Range. That's what it's called. It's like central Colorado. That was where we'd always gone. Well, Estes is on like the opposite side of Colorado. It was
the further side?
Beautiful.
Or is it the closer to Kansas side?
I don't know. No, so Sangre de Cristo, north, south, south central Colorado.
Is where you used to go as a kid, but when you went to Estes.
I think it's higher north. Okay. So that's what I meant by opposite side.
People
so it's
know where
not
Estes
any
is. We
closer to Kansas. It's
Okay.
because it's opposite.
Okay. So, you all went to Estes.
And I had never been to Estes Park before. I loved it. Tyler was looking at vacation homes.
To like buy?
I'm like, Tyler.
You could totally like Airbnb or VRBO that when you're not there.
Yeah, but our kids are in like 80,000 sports.
I know, rent it out when you're not
This
there.
weekend, Rudy had a football game, 2 baseball games yesterday, 3 baseball games today.
Sophie didn't have any soccer this weekend?
No, but next weekend, Sophie has a soccer tournament, Rudy has a baseball tournament, and he has a football game.
This is why I don't want my kids.
Don't put your kids in sports.
Or multiple sports in one season. Jeez.
Well, we don't want to limit Rudy. His baseball is year round. So whatever sport he plays, he's always going to be playing baseball with it. This is the 4th year.
There's nuts.
Anyways,
so we all drove.
We drove to Estes.
How's driving in the car with 3 kids for
it's not bad.
12 hours?
So, because I've said this before, I've set my kids up to have low expectations of me. Okay? It's called lazy parenting, right? So, they know when we get in the car, you're in for the long haul. We're not going to complain. We're not going to bitch. We're not going to fight. We're not going to stop constantly. Like, we're going to get there. Like, Tyler and I talked about this on the way there. Some people make the drive to Colorado 2 days. And I'm like, F no. Like, I want to be there.
Somewhere?
Like in western Kansas. So, we drive straight through. We stop and we like get lunch, but we do not eat lunch. We eat lunch in the car, right? In fact, Tyler will go through the drive-thru, and the kids and I will get out and go pee, and then I'll get them back in, and then he'll, after he gets out of the drive-thru, he will go in, and that will start feeding them, so we don't waste time. Because we just want to get there. We do have 3 kids, and they do have smaller bladders. I think on average we probably stopped every 3.5 hours for somebody to pee. Still,
not bad.
When we stop to pee,
You want to stretch your legs a little.
yeah, it's not like we're not getting out and looking. Like, we're going pee and then getting back in the car.
Yeah,
we have like.
And you're lucky that your 2 older kids are older. Like, I don't know how I would do that long of a drive.
Well, we did that long of a drive when Emery, she had turned 1 in February, and June we went to Colorado, and it was me and my mom and the 3 kids, and it was hell. It was hell. The last 2 hours, Emery screamed the entire time. But honestly, but when you start doing it when they're little, once again, like, they know what's going to happen. Now, I was saying that Emery asked us literally 30 minutes out of the driveway, how much longer? And Tyler and I don't even, we went the first 3 hours with ignoring that question. We didn't even respond. And then we got to the point where we're like, a lot longer.
Did she not, like, realize how?
But they're kids. Like,
Yeah.
well,
The time
Emery
frame.
doesn't have any concept of time.
Right.
But that's where, when I say that we are lazy parents, I mean the fact, like, we didn't even give her an answer the first 3 hours because it was ridiculous. And then after that, we're like, a long time.
I would just say, stop asking. We'll tell you when we're there.
That's pretty Tyler's answer.
We'll let you know when we're there.
So Estes is beautiful. Honestly, like I said, I'm gonna sound so corny and dramatic, but Colorado to me has always felt like a family member. Like, I love Colorado like a family member. The mountains make me feel safe. The ocean makes me feel nervous.
Really?
When I'm in the mountains, I feel safe, I feel happy, I feel content, I feel like I'm home. When we would leave Colorado when I was little, I would sob, and I didn't want anybody to see me cry. So I would, like, lay down in the back seat, like,
I'm gonna miss my family. Colorado.
Well, not even my family, just Colorado.
No,
yes,
I meant,
yes, my family member, Colorado. Estes, I think, was my favorite town I've been to in Colorado.
Really?
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
We're planning on going back with them next summer.
We stayed in a, like, condo cabin. We had our own private hot tub. We had, like, you know, nice kitchen, a big grill, our own deck. Like, it was perfect. And literally the hot tub view, you saw it.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. And we were, like, on the side of a mountain. We weren't like when you go to Denver, the mountains are far. You can see the mountains, but they're far away.
Right.
We were literally on a mountain. And that's what when I'm in Colorado, I want to be on a mountain. I don't want them to be like, is that a cloud or mountains? Yeah. We loved it. We did a lot of shopping.
Oh yeah, tell me your shopping story.
So, okay, well, first of all, I got this. Like I said, it was a life goal. One of my bucket list items. I got this. I really wanted neutral woven blankets. I have the most random list. Whenever I go anywhere, I have a list. I got a gold aspen leaf. It's a real aspen leaf.
And so it's a leaf, and then it's like
they casted it in gold. Yeah, it's a real leaf. And then the kids got a bunch of shit. Tyler can't say no. And we got a good amount of money in geodes. It's decor.
They're pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty. So, the last night we were there, I went shopping that morning because Tyler was taking the kids to, it's called Fun City, aka a death trap. And I couldn't watch it. And he even said, you need to go somewhere else. So I went shopping, and that's when I bought this and the blanket. Anyways, and they have the best taffy. Double cinnamon. Try it if you're in Estes. Anyways, focus, Amanda. So, that morning we went shopping.
The whole family.
Then after that, we went to lunch. We went on the death drive. That was literally on a cliff. That was terrible. Trailhead road. Anyways, that road, the week after we came back, it closed down.
Why?
Because of the wildfires, and then they got buckets of snow. So typically Trail Ridge Road, that road closes from latest it stays open is October and doesn't open again until May. Because you're literally, I mean, you're driving straight down.
And there's no rails.
No, there's no guardrails. Nothing.
So there's a little ice, we're just gonna
keep going. Literally, when we were driving, I thought in my head, I'm like, well, at least if we go off the road, I'm gonna die on impact. There's not gonna be any suffering. That was what made me feel better. Yeah, best case scenario. So anyways, so it was our last day. We went on the road. Then Tyler dropped us back off at home, and he took the girls shopping again. Then he came back home. Who's here? Do you hear a male voice?
I think it's Tyler.
Okay.
I think.
Kind of like Ben. That's my brother. Anyways, came back to the cabin condo thing. He's like, well, we need to go shopping again. And I'm like, what? Why? And he's like, because I thought you'd want to go. And I'm like, what were you just doing the past 2 hours, right? And I'm like, he's like, it's not going to take long. It's like 5 o'clock at this point. And I'm like, okay. So I get on this marvelous thing that I bought that morning because I love it. And we go out shopping again. So, town of Estes, it is so cute. They have, you know, like the plaza? They have like a whole street of shops like that. And it's long. And it's stuff that you want. And it's not like bougie and like overpriced.
Or it's
like,
not just like t-shirt
shops.
No,
they
don't say Estes.
Yes, they have so many cool shops. Oh, it goes dead so fast. So anyways, so we go shopping, and once again, why are you laughing? It does. It gets gross. So
this is its flavor. It goes dead so fast.
It does. So we go shopping, and it's like 5, right? So Sophie wanted a sweatshirt. We had a big list.
You're in
of
one
people.
store, and
we're
in
in,
another,
yeah, and it was kind of drizzling on and off. Okay, so at this point, it was like 5 when we got there. So we had been in and out of a bunch of stores, right? And I had noticed another couple that had been in and out of the same stores. And I'm like, because the stores that we were in and out of were so random that I was like, that's just weird that somebody would go, but I didn't think anything of it. And this couple looked like Tyler and I, like, or you and Billy, like totally normal,
nice couple.
Maybe have kids at home. Yeah, nice couple. No, wouldn't think anything of it. And that's why I just kind of was like, and then I'm like, put it out of my mind, because there's nothing, in no way did they give me like a trigger or something.
But then didn't you
Well,
notice?
So then we kept walking, right? And once again, I had seen them in like at least 6 stores, same stores that we had been in. So then we went another store and I saw them again. And then I started noticing, and I'm like, that's weird. So then we crossed the street and we go in another random store. And once again, these stores, none of them are like this. Nobody else would go in these random stores except for us, because we have a list of what we need, right? So then the next store, I noticed they crossed the street, and I noticed that they're sticking kind of close to us. But once again, there's nothing about them that is alarming in any way, right? So we cross the street, they cross the street, we go in another store. So then I start watching them in the store, because I'm like, this is just weird. And they're not shopping for anything. They're watching us. They're walking around, but they're not actually like looking at anything. They're watching us. So I'm like, this is weird, but maybe I'm being paranoid. So another 3 stores, exact same thing happens. So at one point, even some of us went to the bathroom and some of us stayed back. They stood there while part of us went to the bathroom. So now my radar is like up, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like, these, they don't
Are you
look.
like keeping your kids
Yes,
close?
I'm keeping my kids close, and I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm in my head, I'm like, you have to, this can't be paranoia anymore, right? So we're standing outside. Tyler goes inside a bourbon shop. It's just bourbon. And at this point, it was like 8 o'clock at night. Our little quick shopping trip that Tyler said was going to be quick had turned into 3 hours by now. And so he had to go get Jason and Sean watch the dogs. And so he was getting Jason a bottle of, like, they make bourbon there. or whiskey, something like that. Anyways, so, but he was just, we were all hungry, weren't expecting to be out this late. So I'm like, I'll just wait here, because the kids, they want to touch everything, right? So I'm like, we'll just wait here while you run in there. So the couple, literally, like probably 5 feet from us, is just waiting there with us, staring at us. And I'm like, this is so weird. So then
I would have started a conversation
with them. Well, I don't talk to people, but then this group of men, and I'm trying to not let the kids on that something's amiss. So, but I'm watching them. Like, my eyes did not leave them. And literally, I had Emery's hand and I had Rudy and Sophie like behind me. So then this group of men pull up, and in a very, very nice truck. I'm not a car person, but I knew this was a nice, expensive truck, okay? And around us is just stores. Restaurants are more on the other end of the street. Restaurants, bars, and there's only like a couple bars. Anyways, 4 men get out of this very, very nice truck, and they're dressed nice, like they're gonna go to a club or something like that. And I'm like, why would they park here? Because there's, where they parked, there's not a lot of.
It was right next
to. It was they parallel parked, like right off the main street. And if they were gonna go to like a bar or a restaurant, those are on the other end of the street, and there's way more parking down there. There's like parking lots, right? Anyways, there was no reason for them to park there, because there's nothing close to where we are that 4 men are gonna go together, right? Dressed like they're dressed. So immediately I'm just like, something's up. So I watch the man get out of the driver's seat, and he looks at the couple, and he pulls up his shirt and flashes a gun in his waistband, and it was directed at the couple. And then the 4 men, they're looking at us. The couple is looking at the men. The men are looking between us and my kids and at me and the couple. And the couple is looking between the men and us. And like something, I don't know what their connection was, but we were in the middle of it.
It was a sex trafficking ring.
That's what I think. Because,
and this couple was indebted or whatever to those men, and having to bring whoever, children, women, whatever.
So I immediately, as soon as I saw the gun and I see the couple's, darn it, my phone. Okay. So the couple's reaction to this, like, you could tell they knew them and they knew this was not good, right? So I grabbed Emery, I turned around, I grabbed the older kids by, and I just get inside now. And they're like, what are you talking about? What's your deal? And I walk into the whiskey bourbon store with the kids, and I lean over to Tyler and I said, we need to go now. And he's like, he looks at me like, huh? And I'm like, somebody just flashed a gun. We need to go. And he's like, what? And so he rings up and he picks up Emery. I literally have the older 2 kids' hands, and we walk into another, like, Tyler's freaking out even at this point. And so we go into another store because he wants to, like, get my story, because all I could tell him, because I didn't want to worry the little kids. So we get into this other store. The couple follows us into the damn store. And the 4 men are out. The 4 men are outside of this store. And the couple follows us, and I watch them again, and they're literally just standing by the door at this point watching us. They didn't even pretend. So meanwhile, I tell the kids, I'm like, you need to stay with us. Do not wander off. Like, you need to be right here.
Like, I don't care if you're 12 years old.
Exactly.
Hold my
hand.
hand.
So then Rudy turns around, and as soon as I say that, and starts walking down, and I grab him, and I'm like, did you not hear what I said? And Tyler is not one to, like, get paranoid or overreact, but at this point, even he's like, listen to your mother. So we go through the store, right? So then we're trying to get back to our car, but we don't want to, like, lead them there. So we're, like, weaving in and out of stores, weaving in and out of streets. We end up, like, going all the way around this back alley. And at this point, we're like, it's hard to walk quickly with 3 kids, but I'm carrying Emery at this point. Like, Tyler has the hands of the younger kids. He has us up front. It was scary. And at this point, it's dark. It's like 9 o'clock by the time we get back to the car. We're in a different city. We don't have, like, we have no way to defend ourselves. So literally Tyler was scared. Like, I could tell. And I've never seen Tyler, like, worried about something like that. But literally, he wove us in and out. We went down a back alley, and like, how we got back to our car, nobody would have got like that. Anyways, as soon as we saw our car, we're like, run. And the kids still didn't know what was going on. And I'm like, get in the car as soon as you can. I'm like, Emery, shut the door. I will buckle you after we're out of here. Like, I just want everybody to get in the car and let's go. And the kids are still like, what is going on? So then as soon as
Shut up and listen.
Right? As soon as we pull out, Tyler's like, when your mom says something is going on and we need to get out of here, we need to get out of here. He's like, your mother is very aware of her surroundings, and I am hyper vigilant to a fault. And he's like, I trust her with those kinds of things. Like, you need to listen to her. So anyway, so we're driving, and we end up telling the kids, and then the kids are freaking out, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen when we were there. But I felt like it was a good thing because they all thought mommy was nuts, right? I mean, I'm a helicopter parent, but this was not the case. And so anyways, so we thought it was a good life lesson. But seriously, when we were driving, so we ended up getting pizza. It's almost 9:30 at night. And the pizza, it was the biggest box I've ever, it couldn't even fit in any of the car doors without us turning it sideways. And it was between me and the dashboard. We had to scoot me all the way back, and the pizza's on the dashboard. It was comically huge. It was ridiculous. Anyways, it was really good. But so, and your mom was the one that told me how to eat it. Funny story. Yeah, I didn't know that. But so anyways, so when we go, and I don't think Tyler wanted to go directly back
to the place in case they're following you or whatever.
Yes. So we went, because when we ordered the pizza, it was like a 30-minute wait, and it was 15 minutes away. So we sat in the car, and the kids were like, the rest, like freaking out, like looking over. And even Tyler and I were like, because you have to get out of the car and like go grab it. And literally, like one of us was out of the car and the other one had the keys in case like we were both on high alert. And then when we even rode back to our place, he like didn't even take the main way. So honestly, our trip was wonderful. I did not feel unsafe at any time until that night.
And that was the last time you were there, right? Yeah.
And now, once again, this couple, you would have never in a million years thought anything of them.
That's how they do that, man.
I had read previously that with sex trafficking, they try to have a female involved in the luring process because you're more likely to trust
or whatever. Yeah.
But
scary.
So my whole point in that story is don't ever get too comfortable.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Be aware. Be aware of the people. If you start to see a person frequently, that should go off in your mind like, what the heck is going on?
Following me?
But other than that, we had a great trip. Lots of hiking.
I don't have any crazy vacation stories like that. Although, so you know how the tainted alcohol in Mexico was like killing people and stuff? We didn't have any experiences with that when we went, but you know, I can't think of his last name at the moment. Whoa.
Did we go to high school with him?
He went to South. Ryan. Shit.
Was he attractive?
Ryan Lindsay.
I know the name, but I can't.
You would know him if you saw him. He went for a wedding, and it was like none of his friends were there, and he died.
When?
This was 2 years ago.
Wait. I think I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, he was friends with like Trey and Tyler Milligan and all those guys. Yeah.
They roomed together, or they had a house together at KU. Because I went to that house. That's how he died. I was wondering.
He was, in Mexico for a wedding, and drank, and
he's a man.
He went to the bathroom and never came out of the bathroom.
And he could hold his liquor. I had.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, especially with children, be aware. Yeah. And Estes is great. Don't let this scare you off of that because I'm sure it was a fluke. Yeah. But like
this just came into a whole like teaching lesson.
I know. I'm sorry. This was kind of a downer, but my sweatshirt is great.
The blanket's cozy too.
Like,
and the
subscribe.
geodes are pretty.
They're beautiful. Ring the bell. This
yeah,
has been,
do all that stuff.
we've had a long night.
We'll see y'all
Peace out.
later.